It's the Last Stand Podcast. And here's your host, Brian Custer.
Well, at 140 pounds, this man is undefeated. He's also the WBA champion. And on June 26th, he's got the opportunity to dethrone a two-division champion. He is known as El Azteca. He is Mario Barrios. Champ, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing well, Brian. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm curious, when you got word that Tank Davis wants to challenge you, what was your initial response?
My initial response was, man, let's make it happen, but I'm not going down on 135. And then, they said that he was going to come up to 140. I was like, man, even better.
And what made you say yes?
I mean, it's a huge opportunity. Gervonta has, a huge name in the sport of boxing. Even outside of boxing, people know who Tank is. And this is the type of fight, for both of us in our careers. It'll excel our names, after the 26th.
It was written that Davis and his camp, really wanted him to be a three-division world champion. And supposedly they looked at the landscape and they said, you know what? This guy's young, probably the most vulnerable out of all the champions at 140. Let's go get him. What do you think about that?
I think, they might have bit off more than they can chew, but, I'm not one to talk, come on the 26th, everything, will play out when both of us step into the ring.
Yeah, I love that because, you were quoted in the buildup of this fight said, they made a mistake with me. Tell us why.
I mean, come on the, June 26th, he's going to be in there, with a full blown, junior welterweight. Not someone who's past their prime, not someone, who's coming up in weight, but someone who has been at 140 and who has much success, in almost every single one of his fights, that have all come by stoppages. So like I said, he's in there with someone just as dangerous as he is, but at, a weight class higher than what two weight classes higher than what he's used to being there with.
And considering he's coming off that knockout, and you were there because you fought on basically that same card over Leo Santa Cruz. So many people say, oh my gosh, it's Tank's power. That's going to be the difference in this fight. What do you say to that?
I mean, we know Tank is a dangerous fighter. We know the threat that we have in front of us. But like I've said plenty of times, I'm just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, because I've been dangerous at 140 for quite some time now.
When you look at the skill set that Mario Barrios has, what do you have that Tank Davis doesn't know, and maybe some people in boxing don't know, but going to find out about on June 26th?
Whatever it is, I'm gonna be able to show it come, June 26th. Not gonna give away no secrets, but just like Tank, I got speed, I got power, I got explosiveness, and I have length, and this I have the physical stature to present a lot of problems, for Tank that he's never faced before, and come June 26th, we're gonna see how everything plays out.
It begs the question, does Mario Barrios have the power to knock out Tank Davis?
Like I said, man, we'll be able to, I'll be able to find that out June 26th. I know I have power that carries through round 1 to round 12. And, I'm fighting Tank who's coming up, 2 divisions, who is not used to being at this weight. And, we're going to see how he handles, that move up.
What gives you your biggest confidence going into this fight, Mario?
Just knowing I have a great team behind me. Bob Santos, Luis DeCubas Jr., Virgil Hunter, Al Heyman. I have had a tremendous camp. I go into every fight with confidence in my preparation, and as always, like every other fight, I am more than prepared for this fight. So, I mean, that's where I get my confidence from.
And what about the moment? Now Gervonta's kind of accustomed to fighting on pay-per-view. It's your first opportunity to fight on pay-per-view, show your skills in front of a huge audience. And usually at a Gervonta fight, there's a lot of entertainers, hip hop people come out, athletes come out to these fights. Some have asked the question, do you think the moment will be too big for Mario Barrios?
No, I mean, this is the moment that I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. Like I said, I mean, seeing my name in Atlanta, for the press conference and everything, it was a dream come true. It's it just goes to show everything I've been working for my whole life. It's unfolding in front of me, and this is just the beginning. So I mean, I'm more than excited, to seize this opportunity, and Mario Barrios is going to be, the new face of, pay-per-view.
I love it. So if you're victorious, man, I mean, it would be shockwaves through the sport on June 26th. What would you want next? What would be next for Mario Barrios?
Not looking past Tank, or anything. I have a huge task in front of me. That's all that we are focused on. But, of course, I'm in the sport, to be great, so given, we have a unified champion right now at 140, that would be where I would set my eyes on after this fight.
Yeah, that'd be great to see you and Josh Taylor. That would be something. You're absolutely right about that. Not too long ago, you switched trainers there to Virgil. And let me tell you something, working with Virgil and Virgil Hunter, obviously trains out there in Oakland. You get to train with him, Andre Ward. What's the biggest thing he's done for you as a fighter and added to Mario Barrios' toolbox?
There's and that's hard to say because there's not just one thing that Virgil has helped me with. Overall, just as a fighter, as a person, Virgil, there's a lot more to me than just a coach. He's a great mentor, great friend, and but as far as boxing, man, he's really helped me, develop into, I feel, a very versatile fighter. Very patient fighter. He's taught me how to work off my jab, very, very successfully, and just how to let things flow naturally whenever I'm in the ring. Not trying to rush, getting these guys out of here, but breaking them down slowly. And Virgil's a very technical coach, and our styles have always meshed very well. And I'm very satisfied with the amount of success that we have had together.
And sometimes his training is not for everybody because he's so intellectual, whereas usually you see a trainer in your face yelling, hey, we need this. He's going to be soft, but, stern. And it seems like it's worked. That kind of intellectual instruction seems to work for you.
Yeah. I've never been the type of fighter, that reacts with, aggressive coaching or, an entourage, being behind me. I've never, been well with that type of coaching. So that was, one of the first things that, I had loved about being here with Virgil. He wasn't going to be yelling at you. He wasn't going to be in your face. He was just going to explain it very calmly, very, very smoothly. And if it stuck to you, it stuck. And, throughout the years, I found, a lot of success with him. Even at the fights, with the crowd and everything, I can still somehow, just hear Virgil's, calm voice, throughout all of the chaos at these fights.
I got the pleasure of calling some of your early fights, and I remember when you were first coming up, your team, they almost had marketing you as the golden boy, like almost like a younger Oscar De La Hoya, so to speak. And then all of a sudden, you made this change and kind of went away from that image. Was that something conscientious that you did?
Yeah, no, that was a decision that I took upon myself to make. I'm in this sport, to create, my own legacy. And the golden boy, there's already, there was already one great, and not taking anything away from De La Hoya. He's, he was a tremendous fighter. Growing up, I loved, watching the way he displayed his skills, and I was able to take away a lot from him. But I wanted something that was gonna, just represent me, represent, everything I stand for, and just represent, something I'm very prideful of, that's, my Mexican background, my Mexican heritage, and so every fight I go into, I'm able to display, our beautiful culture, so that's why I chose the name El Azteca. It's something that means a lot to me, something I know that means a lot, to Mexican fans and anybody of Mexican descent. And that was, the whole reason why I made the switch, to El Azteca as my ring name.
And build upon that. Tank always says, listen, I came from the gutter. I was in group homes. I got abused, things of that nature. That's why when I get in the ring, no one can beat me because of what I have come from. So build upon that as you talk about El Azteca. What does he need to know? The reason why you feel like no one can beat Mario Barrios.
Like I said, he's in there with someone, very similar background, coming from nothing. I've been able to change, not only my life, but my whole family's lives, just as he has. And, at the end of the day, I'm just as hungry as he is. I'm not, going to do whatever I can come to June 26th, to make sure that world title stays in San Antonio. And like I said, yeah, he has a very dangerous task in front of him as well.
We'll get ready to wrap this up, but listen, you've had the All Access team from Showtime been following you, and there's a lot that goes with a pay-per-view fight. Have you been enjoying this? And I'm sure you've kind of envisioned what it would be like. What has it been like now that you're actually in it?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was exactly, what I had always pictured. It was great having, the All Access team out here, great guys. And it was different, to find, be able to show everybody how, exactly, what goes on in my camps, what exactly, my daily routines look like. Because I mean, of course, that's always a question, whenever I go back home, like, man, like what do you do the whole time out there? And I mean, really, aside from boxing, just staying grounded, staying level-headed, and just staying focused overall. And I think the All Access crew, they were really able, to capture that.
And what are you hoping people come away with once they see and they get to see Mario the person as well? What are you hoping they come away with?
I mean, just people get to see an insight, that they've never been able to see before. They get to see, all the sacrifices that, are put into, every fight, that have been put in, not only for each fight, but, throughout my whole life. And, this didn't happen overnight. This has been a long time coming. And which is exactly why, come June 26th, everybody can expect, a very entertaining fight. Just, given everything that I have sacrificed. I know Gervonta, has sacrificed, just as much. So you get two young, undefeated, hungry fighters that, are going to be fighting for a title, on June 26th.
And we'll wrap it up with this. I asked Gervonta this. I said, people are going to buy this pay-per-view. There are going to be people in Atlanta that are probably going to sell out that stadium, that arena. What can you guarantee that they are going to get June 26th?
Come June 26th at the State Farm Arena, you are going to get fireworks from, the starting card, the first opening card, especially the main event. This is going to be a great night of boxing. This has, potential to be, fight of the year easily. So, if you haven't bought your tickets, to Atlanta, I would get them quick. If not, be sure to order on Showtime pay-per-view. Like I said, you do not want to miss out on this one.
He is the WBA 140-pound champion, unbeaten and will be taking on Gervonta Tank Davis on Showtime pay-per-view. Champ, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, Brian. Thank you.